тут на мегамарш в Торонті, де тисячі людей вийшло в підтримку наших братів і сестер в Україні.
Отець Сенсіо з нами переведе молитву, а тоді поліція нас буде провадити on one of the lanes of Yonge Street. Ми не йдемо on the sidewalk, ми підемо in the lane.
Тож, Господи, поблагослови і українському народові зберегти незалежну, єдину, міцну, суверенну, багату, демократичну державу.
Today, we want peace in our country, and that's why we go to the consulates of every country that promised to support us, to support the integrity of our territory and the peace in our land. And we ask them to show their support and to continue supporting Ukrainians in their fight for a peaceful future.
We bring you sincere greetings from our community. We are here to support the Ukrainian nation in its struggle for freedom, independence, and democracy. Our parents and grandparents endured the horrors of war and illegal occupation by Russia. The free world must not let history repeat itself.
Today, we gather here to show that international community does not approve of fake referendum which Kremlin imposed on Crimea. We stand united. We stand united for our brothers and sisters in Crimea, and we would like to demonstrate to Moscow that it has no right to simply transfer the Ukrainian region under Russian rule.
Сьогодні референдум, який ми не визнаємо, we're not recognizing the referendum that's happening today. All of the communities that are here with us today are not recognizing the referendum. None of the nations that live in Ukraine recognize the referendum.
Сьогодні це Крим, а завтра може бути Аляска, завтра може бути Канада і Німеччина та інші країни. Тому ми просимо всі країни світу, підтримуйте нас і разом переможемо.
Удзячная вам, что вы проводите гэтыя акции. На жаль, Беларусь стратила свою незалежнасць шмат часоў таму. І мы ведаем цану гэтага рэферэндуму. Гэта ўжо было на Беларусі. Калі прыехалі нашы расійскія госці, калі правялі рэферэндум не пытаючыся, і адну ноч беларусы апынуліся як у Беларусі, але ж ужо не ў Беларусі.
Мегамарш завершився при російському консулаті. Це, мабуть, найважливіший стоп протесту.
We may not share a language, we may not share a border, but we share your pain, we share a history of Soviet occupation, we know what it means to fight for freedom, and we are here to help in every way that we can, and we believe that Ukraine will soon have its destiny, and Putin will have hands off.
Our meeting, as well as all our rallies which are running all around the globe today, tomorrow, yesterday, wouldn't change mind of delusional person in Kremlin. And we can't send psychiatrists to Putin or to his minions. What could we do? We could call for Canadian government, the Parliament of Canada, for visa ban, visa restriction for all Russian officials, for all members of Russian Parliament who vote towards invasion into Ukraine, to oppress freedom of speech, freedom of assembly guaranteed by Russian Constitution.
To all our friends who have joined us here today, and there are so many more today than ever before, which tells us how serious and how grave the situation is, not only in Crimea, not only in Ukraine, but for the Baltic nations, for the Polish nations, for all neighbors of Russia, because Putin thinks that he can rebuild his evil empire, to which we say, no more empire, no more empire, no more empire.
I want to send a message to Vladimir Putin and the staff of the consulate who are definitely here somewhere. Right now in front of you here, you have an Estonian standing together with a Russian. Together. Together we're standing here in support and solidarity for Ukraine. Thank you. And with our brothers in Ukraine, brothers and sisters in Ukraine, we are saying, Putin, hands off Ukraine, Putin, hands off the Baltic states.
Let us set the record straight. The new Ukrainian government is fighting for a just Ukraine. They are fighting to uphold free speech, whereas Moscow is fighting to stop free speech. There is no Ukrainian versus Russian battle in Ukraine or Crimea. There was no talk of joining Russia and separating until Russian troops arrived in Crimea. Ironic, isn't it?